Sonically, it was not what I was expecting. I did expect that we were doing this episode.
Okay, I was like, where my Monday meeting notes
I realized
unclear?
where Josh's head was at.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. No. I did listen to the
we were
right,
looking for.
like to the correct album.
Church Jams now.
Welcome to Church Jams Now, the podcast where three former youth group kids and current music nerds deep dive into Christian music from the 90s and 2000s. I, of course, am your co-host, Kylan Savage. With me, as always, is Mr. TJ Smith.
Kylan, I need to ask you something, but first, I need you to look at me. Really look at me. I want to view your soul. I want to peer into the very existence that is Kylan Savage. I want to look deep in your eyes. Okay?
I love
locked
this.
in?
We should do this instead of a show.
Are we locked in?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you resurrect me?
No, unfortunately.
What a waste.
Let's take that again, guys. We also have beautiful producer Josh.
Again, TJ has taken the bit that I was going to do for the opening, but you probably did it better, so I'll give that
Josh,
to you,
look,
you know?
Instead of a show, let's just work on what bits we're going to use for each
Perfect.
open of each episode.
Yeah.
I'm still
think
mad
that's
you
better
guys
use of
didn't
time.
acknowledge my using that title, though.
I
You
hadn't
just
been
blew past
introduced
it.
yet, so I couldn't,
right. You
but
have to be quiet
I was
until
like,
you're introduced.
that was good, Kylan. And I was slightly worried that you were going to continue and take up the rest of the song titles before I could say something. So I was impressed, but also panicking.
The funny thing, podcasters do often operate by the same rules as vampires. We can't come in unless we're invited.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Deathly terrified of Catholicism.
We work at night.
Garlic. Yep.
Yeah.
And there's something else, right?
Love sucking blood.
Oh, that was the other thing.
That one.
Yeah.
That one.
That was it.
Mm-hmm. Summer, man. It's summer.
Just blowing right past it. That's awesome.
I don't know, man. I got a weird vibe. I got a weird vibe tonight. It's bubble week, and you know we're look. I'm taking off my jacket. I never take off my jacket.
Whoa. It's
During-
getting
yeah,
serious.
during
work.
It's because it's
It's
summer. It's
because
so
it's
hot down
summer.
there for you.
It really,
Summer,
it
man.
honestly is.
It's
It's hotter than I
sweltering.
anticipated.
In the basement.
So, guys, this is our fourth and final Jammers Only, Pajammers Only, Jon Foreman Seasons EP episode.
Unless they make more seasons. I mean, I'm still waiting for the next
Seasons
round
people.
to come
Still
out.
waiting for
yeah.
spring
the people
2.
that create seasons. That would be so derivative, Kylan. It's got to be like
Sprunk?
Lorple.
Sprunk? What about
Or
Sprunk?
Yeah.
Sprink and Sprunk? Timed it all back.
Sprink? Oh, that's a
Sprink.
new
Oh,
one.
Sorry. Oh, guys.
So many new seasons.
Guys. Yeah, what would the other alternative seasons be?
Oh my gosh.
Can you tell I'm trying to draw
Well, I
this
said-
out?
I didn't mean
I
for
said
this to
Lorple.
become
Okay.
Lorple
So we have
is like the season
Morple
between
feels like
summer
fall.
and fall.
That feels like fall.
Yeah, it's like the dog days of summer, where like
Right.
summer comes back, but
For sure.
or like lasts too long. That's Lorple because you're all just
so we've
feeling
got spring, sprunk,
Lorple.
summer, morple,
Lorple.
fall.
Yep.
I guess we only need 3, right? Because they're just. I guess we don't need.
We need
Oh, wait.
those in-betweens.
No, we do need 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
gonna call
Okay.
the season between winter and spring death. That's called death, especially
okay.
in the Northwest. It is just the worst. I hate it.
And then winter to spring can be sprinter. This is good quality podcasting.
Yeah.
Huh?
This is what people
Sure.
tune in for.
It's a well. Oh yeah. Okay, we got to be professional for the first part. Once we get
Yeah.
behind the paywall, then
That's
we can,
true. People got to think like,
What have we
man,
been doing for
yeah.
the past 5 minutes?
Yeah, we got to save our splinter talk for Part B.
It's a side B
For more
discussion.
For
Yeah.
Morple. For more Morple content, join us at patreon.com/Church James Now podcast.
Man, people, let me tell you right now, I'm going to live feed. People are signing up just from that pitch alone.
Yeah.
Man, wow.
Our servers are crashing.
I can't, yeah,
So
they're
many
not going to be
people.
able to handle it.
Banging down the metaphorical internet doors.
Yeah. So basically, if this is your first of these episodes that you're listening to, Godspeed. We have been
what are you doing?
covering each season. We've been going through Jon Foreman's seasons EPs.
Yep.
And we're saving. So we're doing just the part A on the main feed, which is if you're a main feed listener, you're listening to, you're in it with us right now in the trenches. But if you want the rest of it, where we go track by track, join us over at our Patreon, starting at $5 a month. You can listen to our more of our Morple talk.
Yeah. More waiting for you back there.
Yes, we are. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited to get into this because I feel like it's been a long time coming because the seasons they go kind of slow, so we didn't just like bang these all out in a couple weeks. Like we're doing them like with the seasons, which is kind of nice. I like the rhythm of that.
Yeah. Well, and I want to say up top, like, if you guys remember, I kind of took issue a little bit, or questioned, maybe that's a better way to put it, the wisdom of Mr. Foreman in his choice to begin the story, the narrative, if you will, with fall and to end it with summer. So all that to say, like, I questioned it a little bit on the front end. We're here, and I think it's going to be really fun to delve into now being able to say in context how we all feel about that choice.
For sure.
So I feel like that's a nice kind of theme to call back to.
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely that colored my experience with all of these EPs. Mm-hmm. Knowing that summer was like the ultimate finale of it all. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in a move that TJ is going to hate, in our Part B, after we finish talking about the record, we're going to rank all 4 of the season's EPs.
Awesome. I was not prepared for that.
We were not briefed on that at all either.
Yeah.
Let me
I feel like we talked
come up
about
with that
on the last 3 though. Like we talked about, like how do you feel?
Yeah,
about
we've
this
been putting
rank
them in context.
in
of
context.
Each other.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
I didn't mean to fully like spring that on you. Sorry, to summer that on you.
Sprunk it on
Don't
you.
sprunk it on me, man. Yeah. I need Morple time. Come on.
Yeah,
Don't worry, splinter through.
TJ, don't worry. The days are really long in Sprunkmer. You have a lot of time.
Oh my god. Here's
Perfect.
Here's the problem. I did that bit fully trying to keep it contained, so I knew that I could just cut it. But now we've referenced it enough times that I can't.
No
cut
way,
it.
buddy. Can't do it.
It's got to go in the main feed.
It's baked
episode.
in.
Unfortunately.
You're welcome, everybody.
So, Josh, do you want to jump into my favorite part of the show?
I would absolutely love to. No, on the squad episode, you said Josh's research corner. I was like, man, I need a stinger for that or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Josh's research corner.
that's it. I'm going to put some music behind that. And
Oh, we were going in different directions. I was thinking like vampire. I've got vampires on the brain, apparently.
you certainly do.
Reggie hasn't been around, but
Or
Sure,
has
buddy.
he?
Or has
And
he.
Sure.
You've become Reggie. Yep. Well, we'll get into the research corner.
Josh's research corner.
The best part about it is that the spring and summer were packaged together, and so when I did the research for spring, I basically did the research for summer too, which was what I needed this week.
Yes.
So I'm very
I
thankful
bet
for
your
that.
lazy ass loved that.
Oh yeah, I sure did. I was like, I don't gotta do some work.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just as a reminder, our members for this record are on brass and woodwind, John Mark Painter, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friends of the show. Cello is Keith Tutt, and piano and synth is Mr. Jerome Fontamillas. Summer was released June 8th of 2008. So at the time of recording, it is 16, almost 17 years old. Well, I guess by the time this comes out, it'll be right around that time. Yeah.
Wow.
Right around the anniversary. Convenient enough. Didn't plan that. This was the 4th EP that Jon Foreman has released solo. It was released on Lowercase People, of course. Producer is Jon Foreman, with Tim doing an unnamed amount of assisting. Spotify stats. So I recalculated Spotify stats because I think I did it either when we started in fall or winter. But they still are the same rankings. But this is the most streamed EP. And interestingly, the EPs can, I think I mentioned this before because it's the same order, but the EPs get progressively more streams as you go through. So fall has the least, winter is more, then spring, and then summer's barely ahead of spring. Yeah. And then runtime, this is 6 songs at 23 minutes and 6 seconds, which makes this the longest runtime of all the EPs. So we can only logically deduce that the longer your EP is, the more streams it will have. That's the only correlation that we can find.
100%.
To
that is
observations.
That is good science right there.
Yeah. Yep. Trust. Take it from me. I'm a data analyst.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what they pay me for. And so that's basically all my research. But we have talked about. TJ had a really great segment that honestly we talked about in like the part B, side B of the spring episode about the artwork, but it was so good that I cut it and like put it in the side A part because I was like, man, this is really good stuff. So I would love to talk more about because we didn't fully get into the summer artwork, I don't believe, last time. So if TJ, if you have any wisdom that you would like to, or any thoughts and observations on it.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that comes to mind in the moment actually is I may have mentioned this in that initial sort of breakdown, but like it's like it's the napkin at the wedding that you're at, and you're just really bored, and you're making a little doodle while they're doing their daddy-daughter dance or whatever, or like I don't know, like a fun block party or something. But then the napkin right at the event,
Yeah. Well, it also makes me think like maybe like the days are longer, so you're like, yeah, I'll go out to eat in the middle of the week, and it's like it's sunny out and stuff like that, so you're just hanging out. Like, yeah, that seems very napkin worthy.
Mm-hmm. Which is cool because it like brings you out. It takes this thing that's sort of like flat and like just like 2-dimensional visual art. It like connects you as you're listening to an experience in the real world. It kind of like makes the whole thing a little more 3-dimensional, which is kind of cool, especially here at the end of things. Yeah. It's kind of like pulling you back into the real world, which is neat.
I like that.
That's how it hit me. I don't know about you guys.
Nice,
but
I like it. I like the tone of it too. Like it's like what color
like
is
blue?
It? Yeah, it's like bluish, which I wouldn't like. That's a summer color, but it kind of is though.
But this goes back to. I feel like I brought this up a lot on the spring episode. Musically, it wasn't the type of spring that you expect. It's a lot more sort of like aching and heartbreaking.
Somber, yeah.
And likewise, I feel like this is not the type of summer that you expect sonically.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Kylan?
Oh, we'll get into it on part B. Join us at patreon.com/churchgamesnowpodcast to hear more details about that.
Behind the Morple paywall.
Oh, my God. I regret every single second of it. So I don't remember. I feel like, TJ, you weren't familiar with this EP, right?
No.
You and I were on the same page.
TJ hasn't been familiar with this the entire time.
Right.
It's his first time through for him.
There were like a few of the songs that just were a part of the zeitgeist enough to kind of like bubble up and be in my mind.
Right.
And I think, was it on the spring EP, the one that every worship leader did a cover of?
Yes. Yeah.
So obviously that, that song.
Christian Wonderwall.
Yep, that was it.
Right. Yep. But otherwise, I'm super unfamiliar with this one.
And I was unfamiliar with
going
it.
in.
Remember me, spring and summer, I was unfamiliar with. But Josh, you're
well versed.
Yeah.
You go back
And you're
with this
already,
one.
you're like,
Deep in your eyes, in the river of summer.
Ooh.
and you're already, you're kind of like, you've kind of got like a summer boy vibe to me anyway.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah. So
I can see it
So
for what it's worth.
Thanks, TJ.
I'm with you.
Guys, we've been doing this for 5 years, and I feel like somehow in the last like 3 months, I've gotten objectively worse at it. I feel like I was getting better. Like we were all getting better, and then something
trending up.
happened in like February of 2025, and I just got worse at this.
And then you're like, I think I'm going to open up all of our interviews with, so what are you
what's
doing?
your deal?
What are you
What's
doing?
your-
What are we
Yeah,
doing?
No,
What's going
I
on?
know. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed by myself.
And yet it continues.
I know.
It's
I'm
great.
trying.
I love it.
So, Josh, what's your
Yes.
deal? What's your deal with this record?
What's my deal with this record?
What's your deal? What are you doing?
What's my deal with this record? Yeah. I mean, this is always obvious. I got all of them, I think, around the same time. I think I just end up getting spring and summer and fall and winter together. Normally I'm really great at being like, I remember when I got this, it was this time, this was
I know
happening.
you
or
usually
whatever.
have like a good
Yeah.
you're driving in your car story.
Specific
I normally
anecdote.
do. I normally
Yeah.
do. And the earliest of when I can remember this is I do remember it was the summer of 2013 when I went to Alaska with my grandpa, my uncle, my cousin. And I remember I listened to this in the car a little bit. But by that point, I had already been like listening to the EPs enough to like know, but I feel like they were still kind of new to me. So I feel like for some reason it feels right for like summer being my entry point to this, even though it may not have been the first EP I listened to in this. Like I feel like summer was when I got either like late spring or like summer was whenever I got into all this stuff. And this was, and I feel like I've maybe said this with all of them, but this has been one that like every time we go through these, I'm like, it's been a long time since I listened to these and be like, oh yeah, this song is on here. I kind of forgot about this one, or like this one I feel like is kind of like Kylan alluded to it, but it's kind of like a sneaky EP. Like it's like maybe not what you're expecting, which makes it when you do revisit, you're like, oh yeah, this was different than I thought or remembered it being potentially.
Right.
Those are my thoughts.
I love it. I love all of your thoughts. So I think what it comes down to, let's leave a teaser for the main feed people and say before we listen to it, would we have predicted a flop or a bop for the summer E EP?
I'll go first as the only person who's listened to this a good amount. I think I've said before that all of these I would consider bops. I just love also just the conceptual nature of it. So honestly, on premise alone, I would probably bop it because I think it's cool. Even if it only half worked as well as they all do in that regard, I would still. And the fact that I bopped Winter in all of its despairing glory, this makes this a much easier bop that I would easily predict.
That's what you're going with on Winter, huh, Josh? Despairing glory.
Despairing glory.
Despairing glory. I like that.
All right.
I feel like that's about where I landed on it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think either of us thought it was glorious, Kylan, but
No, well, it's just the
Josh
one
is sticking
song.
with
The
glory.
one song
yeah, true.
made it hard.
I guess that one song really just took the glory out for me.
It did,
But yeah, I guess I would say I would have predicted a bop for the summer EP from Jon Foreman because, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but I think Fall was probably my highest, like the EP
think
so far that
overall,
resonated with me.
Fall is for
like-
all of us, I think, the top one.
Yeah.
Great. So just knowing that,
Yeah.
and knowing those seasons are sort of sinuous, they're connected, and I love summer.
You're a
I'm
summer
like this,
boy.
You are a
John
summer
John is
boy.
a summer
boy.
boy. Like it's like
Yeah.
a match
Yeah.
made in heaven
That's
for you.
true.
totally.
Yeah, maybe Josh.
So-
Maybe you aren't a summer boy. What
I
are
think
you?
I am.
You're a fall.
I'm a fall guy.
You're a fall guy.
I'm a fall guy.
TJ's
Fall
a
guy.
summer
He's
boy.
the fall guy.
You're
Kyle,
you're
what
the
are
fall
you?
guy. I'm a Morple man.
Morphle man. like the Marlboro Man, like his like second cousin
that didn't get picked
that
up
didn't
for
get
any
the
ads.
Yeah.
And they get together at family events, and like he comes up to the Marlboro Man who's like doing really well, and he's like, "How are you? You still working on that Morple stuff?" Huh? He's like, "Yeah, I just can't seem to crack it."
Oh my god. Summer Boy, Fall Guy, and Morple Man.
Oh my gosh, it's canon now. There's no cutting it.
I know. I have to. I couldn't resist. There was still a small part of me that was like, I think I can still cut all of the Morple shit.
No way. Oh man.
And then I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's baked in, baby.
So, TJ, flop or bop?
Bop, baby. I would have
All right.
predicted a bop.
All right.
Yeah, I think I would have predicted a flop.
Really?
I'm not a summer
On what
boy.
basis?
I'm not a summer
Just
boy.
on that alone?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Okay.
These EPs do correlate with seasons, so I think that's entirely fair.
Or
I think
that's the
a
intent.
fair
I don't know.
assessment.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break for us. If you're already a patron, already a pajammer, we'll see you on the other side. If you're not, I hope you enjoyed this part A, and hopefully we will see you at our Patreon at patreon.com/churchjamesnowpodcast.
And even if we don't, you can still comment on. Tell us your favorite song.
Yeah, tell us your favorite song. Your
And now
favorite
that we've reached
season.
the end of all these EPs, until they make new seasons, let us know what your favorite season was as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
In relation to the EPs and just the seasons. Like maybe
Just in general.
your favorite season's EP is fall, but maybe your favorite actual season is spring or sprunk.
Yeah. Or maybe you're a Morple Man, like Kylan.
Maybe you're a Morple.
It's entirely possible.
He can
There's
finally
more
find
pull.
someone.
Mans out there.
He's been
than just
looking
you,
for
Kylan.
someone to be a
That's true.
Morple Man with him.
That's
He
true.
needs a friend.
Yeah. So join us at morpleman.com/churchjamesnowpodcast.
Am I a man or a Morple? I'm a Morple of a man.
I hope this was a good ad for our Patreon. Dun-dun. Peace out, my
Can't
friends.
think of how it would.